My name is Emma Thompson. I am 15 years old, and I live with my father and my stepmother in a quiet house near the forest. My real mother died 3 years ago when I was 12. Life at home feels cold and heavy every single day. My stepmother's name is Sarah. She came into our life 2 years after my mother passed away. At first, she tried to be kind. She cooked dinner and asked about my school, but I never trusted her. She spoke little and smiled even less. She made strict rules about homework, friends, and bedtime. My father always supported her. He said, "Sarah only wants the best for you, Emma." I miss my real mother every single day. She was warm and laughed a lot. She used to hug me tightly and say, "You are my sunshine, Emma." I kept her favorite blue scarf under my pillow. It still smelled like her even after 3 years. Every night, I would hold the scarf and cry quietly. I remembered how my mother read stories to me before bed. Her voice was soft and full of love. She taught me to be kind and strong. Without her, the house felt empty. School became my only happy place. I had good friends who made me laugh. My grades were good and teachers liked me. But every time I came home, my heart felt heavy again. Sarah never praised me. She only corrected my mistakes. One afternoon, I came back from school with a drawing I made. It was a picture of my real mother and me under a big tree. I showed it to Sarah, hoping for a kind word. She looked at it for a long time, but only said, "Put it in your room." That hurt me deeply. I ran upstairs and hid the drawing under my bed. Why was she so cold? Why did she never show any love? I started to believe she hated me because I was not her real daughter. Days passed slowly. I tried to stay out of her way. I spent more time in my room reading books. Sometimes I heard Sarah and my father talking in low voices. They always stopped when I came near. I felt lonely even when I was at home with them. My friends asked why I never invited them over. I made excuses because I was ashamed of the cold atmosphere in my house. I wished things could be different. One evening, everything changed. Dark clouds covered the sky and heavy rain started to fall. The news said a big storm was coming with strong winds. My father had to work late that night at the factory. Sarah told me to stay inside. "Do not go out," she said in her usual cold voice. I felt angry and lonely. I wanted to run away to my friend's house just to feel warm. But Sarah locked the front door and kept the key. "Why do you hate me?" I shouted at her with tears in my eyes. She looked at me with strange eyes but said nothing. I ran to my room and cried hard. The wind outside grew stronger, and the lights suddenly went out. The house became dark and scary. I heard strange noises downstairs. I was scared, but I opened my door quietly. Sarah was talking on the phone with someone. Her voice was soft and worried. "Yes, I kept all the papers safe," she whispered. "Emma must never know the truth yet. She is too young." I froze behind the door. What truth was she hiding about me? My heart beat very fast. The storm became very strong. Tree branches hit the windows hard. Suddenly Sarah came to my room with a flashlight. "Come downstairs," she said gently. "It is safer there." I followed her slowly, but I felt nervous. We sat together in the dark living room. The thunder was loud, and the rain hit the roof heavily. For the first time, Sarah put a warm blanket around my shoulders. "Why are you doing this?" I asked quietly. She stayed silent for a long time. Then she took a deep breath and said, "I made a promise to your mother before she died." My heart started beating fast. "Before your mother died, she asked me to protect you," she continued. "Your father has big problems with money. He was taking money from your mother's savings little by little. I married him to stay close and stop him." I could not believe my ears. My eyes were wide open. "But you are always so cold to me," I said with tears running down my face. Sarah looked down at her hands. "I had to act strict so your father would not suspect me. I saved the money for you in secret." She stood up and took out an old wooden box from under the sofa. Inside were many bank papers, letters, and photos. "Your mother trusted me because we were best friends since school," she said softly. "She knew I would keep my promise." I looked at the letters with shaking hands. One letter was from my mother. It said, "Sarah, please take care of my little Emma." I felt confused and shocked at the same time. "All these years, I thought you hated me." Sarah touched my hand gently for the first time. "I love you like my own daughter Emma. I just could not show it because it was dangerous." Tears fell from her eyes, too. The storm continued outside, but inside my heart something warm started to grow. I cried and hugged Sarah tightly. She held me in her arms and whispered, "I am sorry for all the pain I caused you." We sat like that for a long time while the wind howled. For the first time in years, I felt safe at home. The next morning the storm had passed. Sunlight came through the wet windows. My father came home looking tired and wet. Sarah stood up bravely and showed him all the papers. "This house and the money belong to Emma," she said calmly and clearly. My father became very angry. He tried to argue and shouted at her. But Sarah had collected strong evidence for 3 long years. She had saved every document and even recorded some conversations secretly. A kind neighbor who was a lawyer came to help us. The neighbor explained everything to my father. He had no choice but to accept the truth. In the end, my father had to pack his things and leave the house that same afternoon. Sarah and I stood at the door watching him go. After he left, the house became quiet. Sarah and I sat on the sofa together. She looked at me with kind and tired eyes. "We will start a new life," she said. "Just you and me." From that day, everything changed slowly. Sarah helped me with homework every evening. She listened to my stories about school and friends. We cooked dinner together and laughed at small mistakes in the kitchen. She became the mother I needed all along. We planted flowers in the garden on weekends. Sarah taught me how to bake cookies like my real mother used to do. I showed her my old drawings, and she praised them warmly. The cold house slowly became warm and full of life again. I learned that sometimes people hide their love behind a cold face. They do it to protect the ones they care about most. Truth may be painful at first, but it always brings freedom and healing. Courage is not loud. It is quiet and steady, like Sarah, who protected me for years without any thanks. Now I understand real love can look different from what we expect. It can be strict, but it is still love. I also learned to be more open with my feelings. I talk to Sarah about everything now. We visit my mother's grave together every month. We bring flowers and tell her what happened. I think she is happy for us in heaven. School friends noticed the change in me. I smiled more and invited them to my house. Sarah welcomed them warmly with snacks and stories. Life felt brighter and full of hope. Sometimes I still feel sad about my father, but I know the truth set us free. Sarah and I are building a new family with honesty and care. We support each other every day. Now it is time to learn English from this story. Emotional stories help you feel the language naturally. Notice the short, simple sentences. They carry strong feelings and are easy to remember and use. Practice speaking like this every day. Say sentences such as "I felt scared" or "I did not understand at first." Thinking in English is very important. Start with small thoughts, and you will improve quickly. Shadowing is very useful for learners. Listen to a sentence and repeat after the speaker right away. This improves your pronunciation rhythm and confidence. Do not fear mistakes because they are part of learning. Here are some new words from the story. Stepmother means the woman who marries your father after your real mother. Secret means something hidden from others. Promise means you will do something important and keep it. Protect means to keep someone safe from harm. Betrayal means hurting someone who trusted you. Courage means being brave in hard times. Truth means what is really real. Healing means becoming happy again after pain. Evidence means proof that shows something is true. Suspicion means thinking someone did something wrong. Atmosphere means the feeling in a place. Whisper means to speak very quietly. Flashlight means a small light you carry. Use these words in your own sentences every day. Review them often and make short stories with them. Step by step, you will speak English better and more naturally. Learning takes time, but it is worth it. Now let's practice shadowing together. I felt alone. I miss my mother so much. The truth surprised me greatly. Sarah protected me in secret. Love can be quiet but strong. I am not afraid anymore. We will be happy together. Repeat these sentences every day with feeling. Speak slowly and clearly at first. Then speak faster as you get better. You can do it. Keep practicing and never give up on your English journey. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope it touched your heart deeply. What part moved you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you like emotional stories like this. Keep learning English every single day. Stay strong and kind to others. Goodbye and take care. See you in the next story. Always friends, goodbye.